What's up, everybody? It's your boy mel.on.mars. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Tuesday, and every Tuesday I do an athletics topic video. If you're new to my channel, you should subscribe right now because I do a lot of these topics, things that are more controversial than things you won't see on ESPN, the things they're scared to talk about. We talk about that here. I'm not afraid, especially involving the black community. If you guys don't know, Kareem Hunt was recently released from the Kansas City Chiefs. He's a running back, a young running back. He's in his second year in the NFL. And with that suspension, there's been a lot of things revealed about Kareem Hunt that people that's not familiar with his career like me may have not understood or may have not been aware of. And that's exactly what I want to break down today, guys. I found an article written by Josh Peter. It was about 4 days ago, guys, and it's a USA Today Sports. It says, family of former Kansas City Chiefs star Kareem Hunt has history of criminal behavior. Now, if you guys never seen any of my videos or not familiar with what I talk about, I like to talk about the history and the background of a lot of athletes. There's a lot of athletes out there that seem to go haywire or seem to do a lot of things that you just don't understand. And more often than not, it's a history of a bad parent or bad family and gave them that bad lineage and just basically giving them a bad DNA that makes them be who they are today. So let's get into this story, guys. I'll give my commentary throughout. It's pretty hectic. From Amherst, Ohio, Kareem Hunt peeked through the window blinds. It was early Sunday evening when a reporter knocked on the front door of his mother's house about 35 miles outside of Cleveland. Stephanie Riggins, Hunt's mother, opened the door. She closed it almost as fast as when the reporter identified himself, making it clear to USA Today that uninvited guests were not welcome. Watching from inside the house was her youngest son with his signature braids and muscular 5'11", 200-pound frame. Here's the star NFL running back who has kept a relatively low profile since he was placed on the commissioner's exempt list and released by the Kansas City Chiefs. On November 30th, after TMZ published a graphic video that shows Hunt shoving and kicking a 19-year-old woman. Now, not only is Kareem Hunt's football career in jeopardy, but so is his reputation, even in a part of Ohio where he grew up being celebrated for his exploits on the field and where his father and other family members are known for something else. There are extensive criminal records. Now, guys, before I move on, let me quickly say, if you haven't seen my other videos regarding the young lady and him having a fight, I strictly give him the SYAD, which is a segment I do where I tell stupid people to sit your butt down. And basically, I give it to him because you're stupid. The video shows that he had ample opportunity to walk away. He had so many people surrounding him that was trying to protect him from making a stupid mistake. Whether he's inebriated or not, he should have had enough gumption in him to not put himself in that situation. So he was dumb. But I must say that the woman did provoke him on a lot of different levels. We have no audio of this. We was told there were some words that were said. More than anything, she did provoke him physically. I'm not someone who says a man should never hit a woman. I'm of the mindset that everybody keep your hands to yourself. If you don't, you really can't tell somebody how they can react to you. But let's keep going. Hunt's father, also named Kareem Hunt, has been arrested at least 35 times in Northeast Ohio, and multiple times on charges of domestic violence, according to records obtained by USA Today. Most of the felony convictions were for drug-related offenses. He was sentenced to a combined 9 years in prison on 9 felony convictions, but it's unclear how much time he spent in jail for dozens of misdemeanor charges. Now, guys, that's his dad's history. As you can see, he's Kareem Hunt Sr. His dad's history, let me paint the picture right here, because I do have a certain bias or a certain point that I'm trying to make on my channel. Society is so easy to point out the wrongs in men and the wrongs in fathers, but they're not as quick to give blame towards a mother. And you're going to see this in this story. I promise you, you're going to see this clearly. If you're not, I'm going to point it out to you. He had a horrible father, don't get me wrong. His father did some horrible things, horrific things. But just follow me, guys, and look at this history of his mom and the rest of his family, and let's see if they paint the picture the same way that they do his father. On Friday, the senior Kareem Hunt, 47, is due in court for a non-payment of court costs, records show. The court appearance stems from a 2012 conviction for disorderly conduct and violating a protecting order, which prohibits an abuser from harassing a victim of domestic violence. Yet, until recently, the junior Kareem Hunt, 23, has avoided serious trouble and was on his way to another 1,000-yard rushing season for the Surgeon Chiefs after he led the NFL in rushing as a rookie in 2017. Now, check this out, guys. I think this sentence in the story struck me the most. I knew it was too good to be true. Ava Hunt, Kareem Hunt's great aunt, told USA Today, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. What do you think she's talking about? Any of my people out there who had horrible parents or horrible family history, you know exactly what this means. This is a woman saying he had a potential to be something great. He had potential to be something that none of the rest of us had potential to be. And I knew it was too good to be true. See, a lot of you guys, just like me, are trying to do something in your family that's never been done. You're trying to be the first to go to college. You're trying to be the first to become wealthy. You're trying to be the first to have kids when you're ready to have kids. You're trying to be the first to not go to jail. You're trying to be the first in your family to accomplish what should be regular things. But no, you can't. Because your history and your past and your DNA sometimes get the best of you. But the whole time, it's people like Miss Ava Hunt in the background saying it's only a matter of time. It's too good to be true. You're not getting the really support that you feel like you need. You're not getting people pushing you, rather you're getting people pulling you. We know the proverbial crab in the barrel mentality. Crab in the barrel. That's all we are. We always seem to be as a black culture. Ava wasn't rooting for him. She rooted for him not to fail. But she wasn't rooting for him to succeed. If you don't know, those two different things. Somebody rooting me to not fail, meaning that failure is always looming around my head. But somebody's rooting me to succeed. Yeah. They focusing on soaring. They don't put negativity in my head. They don't let me know when somebody in our hometown died or somebody in my hometown went to jail. You don't know all that stuff. You just know success. Stay focused on what you're doing. Don't worry about what's going on here. But no, some of us got grandmas and mothers who can't wait to give us a call and say, well, you know, I ain't feeling good. Ain't nobody here but me. Your brother don't call me. Your sister don't call me. Don't nobody come to me unless they want something. But I ain't want to bother you. I ain't gonna hold you. Just send a prayer for the Lord for me. How many of you got parents and grandparents that are just like that? That keep your mind focused on the struggle instead of focused on success. Let's keep going. But that struck me more than anything in this entire freaking story. So it goes on to say, in April, Ava Hunt's son, Rashawn Hunt, which is his great aunt's son, was sentenced to 23 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter. It was the last blow for the family. While Kareem Hunt grew up in Willoughby, a suburb of Cleveland, ascended from a 3-star prospect at South High School to an NFL prospect at University of Toledo and to a 3rd-round draft pick by the Chiefs in 2017, several members of his family faced criminal charges. He's a miracle, said Lorenzo Hunt, Kareem Hunt's cousin, who was sentenced in 2004 to 7 years in prison for aggravated robbery and a felony firearm offense. He added that several family members squandered their own athletic potential. For Kareem to make it is not just validation for him, it's validation for all of us who tried our hardest and failed or succumbed to bad situations and poverty. Now, that's straight bull crap, guys. You may look at that as a hero story, or Kareem Hunt is a hero and his family. I say it's straight BS. For these people to say, we tried our hardest. What you try hardest to do? Sell them drugs? Take them drugs? Domestic violence? What you try your hardest to do? You squandered your whole life. Like you said, you went on and said, but you messed up your life. You failed at that. He just went along with the path that was given to him. Same thing y'all could have done. See, that's a problem with a lot of people. If I don't take people advice, I don't take, especially family, because most of the time family give you advice from their failure. They don't give you advice from their success. You see a woman who got 50 kids, been divorced 3 times, want to tell you what to do about your marriage. Better sit your butt down. Talk to me about that. Talk to me from your success. Matter of fact, let me come to you when it's time for me to talk to you about success. I don't want to hear about your failure. People willingly give up their failure stories to you and think you're supposed to just learn from that and not just feel that depression and the agony from your failure come on me. Kevin Riggins, who family members and records say is Kareem Hunt's uncle, is serving a 10-year prison sentence for drug trafficking and other drug-related offenses. A cousin, Gregory E. Hunt, is serving a 12-year prison sentence for drug and gun-related offenses. Kareem Hunt's older brother, Clarence Riggins, was sentenced to more than 2 years in prison after a 2014 conviction for criminal trespass, according to court records. Hunt's mother was arrested in 2014 on charges of cocaine possession and pled guilty to driving under the influence, court records show. Now, you thought I missed that, didn't you? Y'all probably missed it. Look at this one little sentence they do, guys, to talk about Kareem Hunt's mother. It says, Hunt's mother was arrested in 2014 on charges of cocaine possession and pleaded guilty to driving under the influence, court records show. His mother. Now, we had a whole paragraph dedicated to his daddy. Don't get me wrong, I understand he went to jail 35 times, but we're going to later find out who raised Kareem. So that's his mother right there. And then his stepfather, Deltrin Kimbrough, was sentenced in 2004 to 8 years in prison for drug trafficking and related offenses, according to court records. 4 more cousins and another uncle have pled guilty to felony offenses, most related to drugs, according to court records. Now look at this jacked up family, guys. You can call them victim of white supremacy all you want. You can call them victim of the system. You can call them victim of white people put drugs in our neighborhood. You can say what you want to say. These people had individual choices to make, and they all failed. They all made horrible choices. You can get them any type of victimhood all you want. These people made horrible choices, and they spread it on from generation to generation. These are bad people. I don't care what nobody got to say. You guys, the story gets worse and worse. You guys, it's a horrible family, guys. I'm sorry. And let's keep going. It says, all we know is to fight. Even before Kareem Hunt admitted he lied to the Chiefs prior to TMZ posting the video of his February 10th altercation with a 19-year-old woman at a Cleveland hotel, there were missteps. In 2011, when Hunt was 16, he was one of 4 teenage boys in the car, and a police officer in Willoughby approached because of suspicious behavior and discovered 38 grams of marijuana and a marijuana grinder. According to the juvenile report obtained for Willoughby Police Department, the report states that the car's driver, Matthew A. Hendricks, said marijuana and grinder were his and his friends, including Hunt, had nothing to do with it. The matter was referred to juvenile court. according to the report. In 2015, while he was at Toledo, Hunt was suspended for the first 2 games of the junior season for an undisclosed violation of team rules. But it was the TMZ video that resulted in national media comparing Hunt to Ray Rice, whose NFL career ended in a video was released showing Rice punching his then fiancée in the face and knocking her unconscious. You see the tape and it just kind of breaks your heart, said Louis Ayeni, who coached Hunt at Toledo and is now an assistant coach at Northwestern. Referring to the security video from the Cleveland hotel, he's so likable, and when he knows you, he's really a giving person. But his choices and his actions put him in the situation right now. Kareem Hunt did not respond to multiple requests for comment made through his agent, Dan Saffron. Though Hunt has not been charged with a crime, the NFL is investigating 3 incidents in the past year in which he allegedly involved in physical altercations with the woman at the Cleveland hotel in February, with the man at Ohio Resort in June, and with another man at Kansas City Club in January. Lorenzo Hunt said he sees a link between Kareem Hunt's physical altercation with a 19-year-old woman and his family's checkered history. The only thing that he has now is a resonance, just a small, tiny little seed of all that anger, all of that trial and tribulation, all of that frustration, said Lorenzo Hunt, 36, who's a professional MMA fighter, and also he works in security. It's in him, but it's not of him. It's pain from us. It's not his. He got away. Finally, somebody with some sense. Lorenzo Hunt. He says, it's in him, but it's not of him. It's pain from us. It's not his. He got away. And that's true. I definitely believe that's true. It's like all of us. We fought so hard that all we know is to fight. To see little Kareem get out of there, we never saw that he had so much of us in him until we saw how he fights for the other yard, how he fights for the extra inch, how he never quits no matter if you got 300-pound linemen holding on to you. Trying to drag you down, he never stops. That's us. That's a Hunt. Okay, I spoke too soon. I said this man got sense until you just said this bull crap. You give yourself a little bit too much credit, sir. You trying to say this man is taking the fight that y'all did, fighting drugs and fighting police all the time, to him fighting on the field. Don't you want to believe and convince yourself that's fine? I think he just fighting the demons he has based on y'all negligence. How about that? The other Kareem Hunt was a football star at Collinwood High School in Cleveland and later played in adult leagues, according to the family members, who said the sport-bound father and son, or Big Kareem and Little Kareem as they're still known. We used to go to Big Kareem's games. Little Kareem, I carried him with me, said Dixie Hunt, Dorsey, Little Kareem's great-grandmother. When Big Kareem got the ball to the goal, Little Kareem was right there with him. I wish I had a camera. Chimed in Ava Hunt. We already know who Ava Hunt is. Little Kareem's great aunt. He ran out on the field so he could play. He'd see his daddy playing, and that's what inspired him to play. So I love to see when the right people get the right credit. His athletic ability came from his father. Now, we can give credit where credit is due in other areas, but I say this all the time when it comes to athletes, where Kevin Durant giving his mama the reigning MVP, but don't never acknowledge his dad in public. LeBron James, I was talking about his horrible mother who does so many horrific things, even to this day, and he always still give her credit, putting her on stage when you opening a school, when had nothing to do with her. So many athletes throughout the nation, especially black athletes, who give their mothers undue credit. You can give her the credit that she deserves, but why not acknowledge your father who gave you that athletic ability? The elder Kareem Hunt declined to comment for this story other than to say, I love my son. So you remember what the mama did? She closed the door right in the reporter's face, didn't want to say nothing. The daddy didn't want to say nothing either, but he made sure he made it known that I love my son. Ain't nothing like the love of a father. Nothing. Wearing a Chiefs jersey, bearing his son's 27, in February, the Big Kareem, on behalf of his sons, accepted a Hometown Hero Award presented by the Ambassador Brothers of Lorain County. And video taken by Ava Hunt shows Big Kareem and Little Kareem joking during a 4th of July picnic. This year, as the father sat in a dunking pool and stayed dry as the son threw softballs that missed the target. I'm the quarterback and you're the running back, Big Kareem can be heard saying with the laughter. But by the time the junior Kareem Hunt was born in 1995, his father had been in and out of jail, and Stephanie Riggins was the primary parent for the future NFL star. It's time to break this down, guys. It's time to get to why mel.on.mars do what I do. The purpose of my channel, guys. Let's get it. If you see this sentence one more time, it's about the time the junior Kareem Hunt was born in 1995. His father had been in and out of jail, and Stephanie Riggins was his primary parent for the future NFL star. A few years later, she moved him out of El Area, I believe, which has a crime rate higher than 86% of the state cities and towns of all sizes. 4 years later, they settled in Willoughby, about 50 miles northeast of El Area, a town notorious for drug abuse and drug trafficking, according to Captain Christopher P. Castagnino of the El Area Police Department. Stephanie Riggins declined comment when reached by phone, but Lorenzo Hunt praised her efforts as a mother. What Steph did with Lil Kareem was absolutely amazing, he said of Stephanie Riggins, who has worked as a home health aide, that she was able to rise above her station and provide for her son in such a stable fashion. Guys, I promise you. Now, mind you, this woman just went to jail in 2014. Now, I know he's already was graduated by then, he was in college. So she probably partying and doing her own thing by then. But you trying to tell me that she was a one-time offender in 2014? I don't believe so. I think she probably been doing this thing her whole entire life. Now, any member of the Hunt family, I'm just reading the story and giving my opinion about it. I could be 100% wrong, so don't get mad. Or you can get mad all you want, I don't care. But the fact of the matter is, she getting credit for fully raising him, right? For everything she did to raise him, she getting credit. For moving him out of El Area to Willoughby, she getting that credit. So also she should take credit for the things he did wrong. Am I correct? I don't understand how 72%, I believe, of Black Americans and Black children are born out of wedlock. So that means there's so many single mothers out there. Some single fathers as well, but primarily single mothers. And they can get credit for being a strong Black mother and being strong when it comes to being a single mother. But they won't take the blame for the negligence of their kids, or won't take any type of blame for the things that their kids do wrong. So Miss Stephanie, you should take credit for the great things Kareem ended up doing, but also for the bad things he did. Well, his daddy wasn't there. If his daddy was there, he would have. No, you're responsible. And obviously she didn't go without a man because he got a stepdad. So he had a father figure. Whether that father figure was good enough or not. I mean, come on now. Who gets the blame for it? Kareem is an adult, so of course he gets the blame for primarily, but also we are a product of how we were raised. And his daddy didn't raise him. You did. Kareem Hunt was playing linebacker at South High School until the team running back got hurt. Just like that, Hunt was started at running back permanently. During his junior season and senior season, he rushed for a combined 5,204 yards and 83 touchdowns. But the hometown hero status is complicated in parts of Willoughby. A bartender at the Wild Goose pointed to a spot on the wall where he said a photo of Hunt was taken down after TMZ posted his video. He's a good kid. said the bartender, who identified himself only as John. Seems like he's lost his way a little bit. But around the corner at Frank's and Tony's place, a server who said she attended high school with Hunt defended him. I've never seen him get in a fight or any argument, said Maria Wilson, 27. I think the general feeling from everyone is people make mistakes. Support at home. Unbeknownst to most in Willoughby, Kareem Hunt was in his mother's home in Amherst last weekend, according to Hunt's brother Clarence Wiggins. Hunt purchased the 5-bedroom split-level house in June for $325,000, according to property records. Wiggins said Hunt was with his girlfriend Julianne Ozer, who was a cheerleader when they met at Toledo. You know, he's still smiling, Clarence Wiggins said of his brother. He hasn't let it break him, and he said he's not going to let it break him and define him. In a security video published by TMZ, Hunt can be seen approaching the woman and engaging in an argument before shoving her back with his right hand. Another man tries to restrain Hunt while the woman approaches him and swats at Hunt's face, making contact. Rashawn Watkins, Hunt's friend, told police that the accuser began calling both him and Hunt the N-word. It took a lot for him to get there, Clarence Wiggins said of Hunt's altercation with the woman, whom Wiggins says also spit in Hunt's face. But as a man, you don't put your hands on a woman no matter what. First of all, that's bullcrap. I don't believe that. Second of all, I would say, black people, are you still offended by the N-word? Do you understand that it don't matter what the word is? If somebody knows that something they can offend you with or get you to the highest level of pissivity, they will use that word against you. If that's how your foot got gout. If they know your foot got gout and you get offended by somebody saying your foot got gout, they're going to talk about your foot having gout. It don't matter what it is. So for you to get offended by that, it's stupid. Now the spit on the face, that's a whole different ballgame. But I heard that his girlfriend, who he's still with right now, was there while the white girl was trying to hit him. So, well, I don't know no woman that I know of that will let their man get straight up punked and spit on by another woman and won't step up and fight that woman. So Kareem, you may want to check and see if you got the right woman behind you, bro. But at the end of the day, he still shouldn't have did this because of who he is. Not because she's a female, in my mind, but because of who he is. Knowing that your career can be over in one stupid move. In the 2 weeks since Hunt's release from the Chiefs, family and friends have rallied around him, according to his brother. The pastor, oh Lord, the pastor, y'all. The pastor was at the house when Kareem first came home. Clarence Wiggins said, a lot of church people were there. We said a prayer for him and everything. He has a lot of support. That's good the man got support now, but what good does that do? I'll be honest. I mean, what are they praying for? What type of prayer could they possibly have done? Oh Lord, let NFL reinstate him. Like, what are you praying? The prayer should have been done while he's being raised by this terrible family. How much will he actually grow from this? You see, the problem is, it's not that he had this incident. The problem is that he had this incident and went right back to the people who created the incident. If you don't separate yourself from those who give you this toxic behavior, because this family is indeed toxic, then you will continue on those same generational curses. Kareem will never, in my mind, be the same after this incident. I personally don't see him getting back into the NFL. He may get a chance because he's so young. Ray Rice was on the latter part of his career. But how in the world can he bounce back from this when he's staying around the same people? And I guarantee you, he learned how to hit women in that same household. Maybe he saw somebody hit his mother. Or maybe his mother always said, no matter what, defend yourself, no matter who it is. So we want to point the finger at so many people, but mothers always get off scot-free. But hey, who am I to judge? Who am I to say anything when I got issues in my family? But I do know it's a reason why. Mel.on.mars rose solo when it comes to family. If you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching it. Hit me in the comment section and let me know what you think about this toxic family, what you think about my commentary overall. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, whatever you want to do. Give me some type of interaction. And as always, guys, let's grow. Peace.